So in this video, we're going to be remaking the Battle of Scarif using Eckhart's latter's depiction of the battle. And the numbers for each side is that we used uh, Admiral Radiss's MC-75, right? 3 Nebulon Bs, 3 Hammerhead cruisers, but they're like the one from the Old Republic. I don't know if there's a difference. I think the only difference is that maybe it has guns. I don't know really what's the difference, so I just spawned it in. Did an accident made a mistake. So there's supposed to be 6 Corellian Corvettes, but I accidentally spawned in 12 because I put 6 units down, and each unit's like 2 of them. So it's really like 12 instead of 6, but it's just Corvettes. So like it doesn't really matter. And then I spawned in I think 5 squadrons of X-wings, 2 squadrons of Y-wings, and there wasn't the Churuk gunships or whatever. So I just spawned in 3 K-wing gunship squadrons, which are like, it's a gunship, so it doesn't matter. And the way I made the battle is that there will be 2 Star Destroyers, and at the front that they're immediately gonna engage with, right? Like just how it was in the beginning of the battle. There will be no space station, but the space station legit is just like turbo lasers for like anti-fighters, so it really wouldn't even do that much. And they destroyed it like early on in the battle, so you know if I could put it in, it wouldn't really do much. But there's 2 Star Destroyers, and there's about 9 squadrons of TIE fighters, right? And then all the way at the other side of the map, right? Because we're at the right side of the map with that main battle, and then all the way on the far left side, there's another Imperial 1 Star Destroyer that will be making its way there, and that's supposed to signify Vader and his, in his ship, flagship. And also, I chose the Endor map because it has they look pretty similar. The map, the planet, well, I guess it's more watery, but still, it looks, somewhat similar. And there's a Death Star in the back, so it's like, they're for the extra, LARP and stuff. And with that, let's get into the battle. So as you can see by the results, the battle was an obvious rebel victory, which is, this is just plot armor, propaganda, bro. Oof. But I believe that's just because the rebels seriously outgunned the Imperials. Like, everyone talks about in their, analysis of the battle that the Empire could have easily won with their overwhelming firepower. And that's just not the case. A majority of the ships that the Empire had are for capital ships, and when the rebels only have one capital ship, and everything else is just frigates and then cruisers, right? You're not like, it's not the Empire's strong suit. You have all those. You legit had all those bombers and gunships like destroying a Star Destroyer on its own, and they lost the fighters. Like the Empire lost their fighters like really easy and early into the battle, right? And that's just gonna. I don't know what they were doing actually. It was just all the bombers and like gunships on that one Star Destroyer. I don't know what their fighters were doing. Like, and they managed to take it down. And I think they also took down the second one. And then by the time that the third one came, the third Star Destroyer came in, it was just getting destroyed by the majority or the major part of the Rebel fleet, which is like insane, really. And I think that again, with the Empire, they just need more frigates and more fighters. Because in terms of fighters, it it was about like 11 fighters, which is like pretty even actually, but their fighters much worse. Let's be honest, and they didn't have any bombers, right? And also, I mean, I guess the corvettes, maybe all the corvettes that shouldn't have been there, maybe would have helped, or yeah, helped the rebels defeat all the fighters early on. But like, come on, like, if having six too many corvettes is going to be the reason why you lost, you shouldn't have won anyways. Like you're not going to win. And like, look, like they only lost like what, one squadron of corvettes, right? So two of them. That's all. Like the headhunters are just the units that spawn when you start the game, and so are the three TIE fighters. So that's just regular units, right? That's all they lost. And sure, some of their ships were somewhat damaged, like the actual flagship of the rebels, the MC-75, did take a bit of damage, but and some of the fighters, I think what the corvettes took a little bit of damage. Look at the fighters; they're all chilling there. It was like a complete demolish, bro. And like maybe the Empire just didn't put that much stuff there, so that they could have not coerced the rebels to immediately retreat. But I mean, this was the Death Star, but the threat of the Death Star wouldn't even target them, because not only they're, first of all, it's too small. Like, hello, you're not gonna use a laser to destroy one single capital ship, and it's not even like a big capital ship. It's like one of the smaller Mon Calamari ships. And like, they also just retreated because they got the plans, they got everything they needed. But in terms of they just stayed, they could have won. Maybe it's because the Empire just with one ship just came in because Vader or something, and Vader's ship is just overpowered for some reason. But I don't see how that one ship would have just destroyed. Like, 'cause in the movie they destroy like 3 frigates and the capital ship like instantly. So it's crazy. Like only like a majority of the frigates escape. That's all happens. That's all that happens. Which is like, it doesn't really make sense, because obviously, and maybe there's different values, because apparently the MC-75 is supposed to be like really weak in terms of firepower, but I guess, hey, the results say otherwise. You got all of the ships still alive and running, and there wasn't even any of the tactics like the using the hammerhead to break it. To like push, I guess, the Star Destroyer into the other Star Destroyer. That just wasn't there. That didn't happen. So, surprised that the rebels won that easily, but hey, Anyways, that's all I have for this video, and see you all in the next one.